Hi, Nick Ruddle from Action Coach, the world's #1 business coaching company. Now, thanks for opting in to receive this free video. I do appreciate your time and effort, and I'm going to reward you with some great new strategies that are going to transform the results and the profits that you get from your business. Now, I know that is a bold statement, but it is absolutely totally true and can be your reality. You know, this model that I'm going to show you today, we use all over the world with all our clients in Action Coach, and we're now in about 52 countries. So this model works, okay? And so once you actually implement it, it will transform the results that you get. Okay, now I've had clients that have gone from £600,000 turnover to 7.2 million in about 4 years. I've had other companies that they've gone from making a 40 or 50 grand loss over the space of the year to transforming their profits to well over £500,000 just 18 months, 2 years later. So, you know, this stuff works. It's not theory, but once you apply it, you'll get huge results. Okay, so I'm going to go into it now. Basically, it's called the 5 ways. Okay, it's the five key areas to increase the profits that you get from your business. Okay, if you think about it, every business is like it has a chassis. There's a chassis of business like there's a chassis on a car. So if you take 2 cars, when Ferdinand Porsche once invented and built the first Porsche, he based that on the chassis of a VW Karmann gear. Okay, so the chassis was the same, but the outcomes are 2 totally different ideas, two totally different cars. Okay, so there's a chassis to business too, and it comes down to these 5 key areas. So I'm going to start writing down on the board now exactly what those 5 areas are, and I want you to make notes. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, grab one now. I'll start writing, and you can start making notes. Okay, so every business needs leads into their companies. Yeah, so how people inquire into your business, so whether they're picking up the phone, whether they're walking into your shop, whether they're emailing you, however you generate a lead in your business. So with those leads, we don't just want to generate them and not convert them into a paying customer. So we have to times the leads by the conversion rate. Okay, so you times the leads by the conversion rate, and then obviously they then turn out to be your customers. Okay, and with these customers, we don't just want just a customer to come once. We want them to come back as many times as possible in a 12-month period, right? Because it's 6 times cheaper to keep an existing customer coming back than it is to go and buying another one every time. So that's hard work. So we times the amount of customers we've got by what we call the number of transactions. Okay, so we times that by the number of times they come back in a 12-month period. So, and with those, when they do come back, you want them to be spending as much as possible with you, so we times that by the average value sale. Okay, so we times that by average value sale. Okay, and so if you times these 3 things together, your customers, the amount of times they come back, and the average value sale, that then gives us our revenue. Okay, either revenue or sales, whichever way you refer to it as. And with that revenue, with those sales, we then obviously have to take a margin out of that, a net margin out of that. So we times that by our profit margins. Okay, profit margins. Okay, and if we times these 2 figures together, we obviously get bottom line profit. So are you all with me? You're with me so far, okay? Now, let's put some numbers into this just to make it a little bit more easier to understand and make it reality. So let's say we got a company that generates about 4,000 leads a year, okay? So 4,000 leads a year. So whether they answer an advert, whether they're from pay-per-click, whether they're from some flyers or from networking or strategic alliances or referrals, whatever strategies you use in your business. Okay, so we got 4,000 leads to this company, and let's say that on average they convert about 1 in 4 of these leads, so 25%. So we'll give that a 25% conversion rate. So if you want to do the maths now, you can go ahead. If not, I'll put you out of your misery. So that leaves us with 1,000 customers, right? So quite straightforward there. With these customers, we want them coming back as many times as possible. So let's say that on average they come back twice a year in a 12-month period. Some maybe once, never to be seen again. Others might come back, 10, 20 times. But on average, just to keep it nice and simple and realistic, the average customer in this business will come back twice. and when they come back, they spend £100, $100, €100, wherever you're going to be from in the world whilst you're watching this video. And so if we times these three figures together, you might want to give this one a go. Quite straightforward. Add all the noughts together. Gives this company a turnover of £200,000, euros or dollars. So, and let's say that this company has a nice net margin of 25% to keep the maths nice and simple. All we do then is we times these two figures together, and what you end up with, as you've probably guessed already, is a bottom line take-home profit of about £50,000. Now, there's a lot of business that would just like to make a profit, so 50 grand on a turnover of £200,000, I'm sure would be quite nice for a lot of people. But what we want to do, once we know these numbers, we want to change them. And why do you think this is called the 5 ways? I mean, why are we in red? Why are all these three things here? Why are customers, revenue, and profit in red? You know, are they the most important things? You may be thinking that, but actually they're the least important things. Okay, because can you directly affect what you can do with customers, or with revenue, or with profit? What's the mathematical sign in front of each one of these things? They're equal signs. So they're the outcomes of 5 other areas. Okay, and we can't do anything directly with customers, revenue, or profit, but what we can do is find out what causes them. Okay, and what we can affect. So we can affect leads. We can start doing some more marketing. We can start learning new ideas on how to increase the amount of leads that we generate and what strategies we use in order to get more. We can get better at the existing strategies that we're already using, or we can go and find a few others and start trying those and testing and measuring those. Okay, so let's just go through this. So we can apply some new lead generation strategies to leads. But let's just say, for the ease of maths, all we want to do is just increase each area, each one of the 5 ways, just by 10% in each one of those areas. Okay, so fairly straightforward. 4,000. If you add 10% onto 4,000, goes to 4,400, and we times that, like 10% on your conversion rate. So a bit of sales training, introduce some unique selling points to your business, a guarantee, having testimonials, all those sorts of things can just increase your conversion rates quite easily and for no extra expense, really. So 10% on 25% is actually only another 2.5%, isn't it? So that only goes to 27.5%. Times those two together, and what do you get? You get an extra 210 customers over the space of the year. Okay, now with these customers, we want them coming back more. So one way of getting people coming back is to have a database. So have you got a database in your business? If not, it's the gold mine in your business. Okay, so let's start working that. Maybe monthly offers, newsletters, new product launches, other products or services that you're starting to offer, and start communicating with your customers to get them coming back more often. Okay, so let's just say, look, 10% on that. If once you've applied some of those strategies, you just get an extra 0.2 of a transactions. And let's say with your average value sale, you started doing some promotional offers, or if you increased your prices by 10% in itself, that would increase that one just by using one strategy alone. Obviously, a lot of people are quite reluctant to put their prices up, but it's usually one of the quickest ways to get a lot more revenue on your average value sale. Right, so let's now times these 3 things together, and what you'll find is that instead of having a turnover of 200,000, your turnover actually goes up to £282,820, which in itself is a 46% increase in your revenue, in your sales. So we're not adding here, we're multiplying, and it's that compounding effect that starts to kick in. So nearly an extra £83,000 just by literally dividing to multiply, just putting a bit of extra attention into 4 different areas of the business. Now, obviously we want to increase our profits as well. So let's say, obviously, another 10% on 25 goes to 27.5. So what effect does that have on the bottom line of this company? It basically takes your £50,000 net profit to £80,525.50. Very important, that 50 pence. So what that actually is, that represents a 61% increase in bottom line profit just by purely breaking it down to multiply it out for a bigger result at the end. So this is a leveraged marketing system. Now there's a whole bunch of strategies that we can apply to these. We've got about 75 or 80 different lead generation strategies for you to choose from. You can pick from about 80 or 85 different conversion rate strategies, 50 or 60 transaction strategies, average value sale, and the list goes on. But if you don't know them, can you affect them? You know, and if you don't apply new knowledge to it, will you get new results? If you keep doing what you've always done, you get the results you've always got. I think it was Einstein that said if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expected a different result, it's the definition of insanity. So why would you get different results if you keep doing the same things? So sometimes in order to get better results, we need to learn new ways of doing things, better ways of doing things, okay? So this is what we call the 5 ways. The email that you would have received now in your inbox will actually have the list of all the strategies I've just mentioned with instructions on how to use it, with a template for you to fill out and pick 5 strategies in each one of these areas. So 5 lead generation strategies, 5 conversion rate strategies, and invest some time to do that. Because once you do that, you're going to see a massive difference in your business. If you do nothing, then don't expect different results or any other change. Just go back to making no money or just settle for the profit, if any, that you're making at the moment. So what we need to do now, homework, a little bit of action for you to take, because we're called Action Coach, not, oh, that would be nice to have some more profit coach. So go to your inbox. In the next couple of days, I'm going to send you another video that's going to show you how to get a free marketing budget for your business so that your marketing is never an expense ever again. So for now, enjoy the application, and I'll catch up with you the next couple of days.